If that makes it easier.
Yeah.
Whatever you prefer.
Is that a mouse or that's a?
No, this is to connect to here with
Oh,
the
okay.
cord.
Oh, that's okay. I can just touch screen it here.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll be okay. Yeah. Is this a touch screen too?
It's not.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Well, if I do this, I'll remember that it's not.
Yeah,
I do that all
and
the
you can
time.
just of course, just over click.
Okay.
Yeah, go through it. Live mic.
Thank you.
No one swore.
Okay, we didn't say anything we weren't supposed to. Hi, good morning, everybody. Hello, how are we today? Good, we're glad that you're all here. Welcome. My name is Wendy Taylor, and I'm going to be getting us started this morning. We're live on Facebook, so good morning. My name is Wendy Taylor, and I am the incubator manager here for the UCF Incubator in Eustis, and we have several other centers around Central Florida, and the UCF Incubator is the first in Lake County, so I'm the site manager for it. So usually Jim is emceeing, but he is out of town, so I've stepped in, so forgive me as I look at my notes. Some housekeeping reminders. We do have Wi-Fi, and there's our username and password. So if you want to take a picture of that, it does not change. It's the same every week. If you can refrain from side conversations through this, just so that everybody can hear what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be doing something special today in light of the holiday. We weren't sure what the crowd would be, so thank you all for coming. And bathrooms are over there, through that door. Through there? There's a bathroom there and over there. I think.
Men's and then women's.
Oh, women's over there. Yeah, I use that one. Men, you're good. And if you haven't done so, please silence your cell phones. And we thank Mega Workplace, Pam and George, for allowing us to use their space. So thank you. And we do have office space still for rent, right, Pam?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so see Pam if you know somebody or you would like to rent space in the building. And we want to thank United Southern Bank for being our donut sponsor and Foxtail Coffee for our coffee sponsor. So thank you again for that. So, who's here for the first time to Million Cups? Okay, well, 1 million. Eventually,
Million cups.
two for 1 million. We might get to 2 million. So usually, what we do is we have two businesses present. They have 6 minutes to present, and they talk about their business, but then they present their problem or problems. And we as the community help to solve their problems and give them ideas. And we've had some really awesome presenters since are we on week 12 or 13?
I can't even remember.
We're in double digits.
I think you're right on.
We're in double digits.
September 9th, I think.
I think so.
13. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the framework of the meeting. But a Million Cups is not networking. It's about connections. And that's the difference. We're not a Rotary. We're not a chamber. It's free to come every week. It's about connecting us as a community and helping each other grow our businesses. So that's the big thing with 1 Million Cups. Thank you, Moni. I said I'd be able to do this, but I
Oh, you're fine.
can't like talk and chew gum at the same time. So in the middle or at the end of the meeting, we're going to be giving away some swag. So we've got some swag over there for Million Cups. Did everybody put their card in the basket when they came in?
Yeah, there's an orange.
I'll bring it.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
we'll pass it around,
Okay.
don't worry about
Ray will pass the basket around. So if you have a business idea, or you've already got your business idea and need some help, we are looking for people to present. So if you are 1 to 5 years old, your business, and you've got some concerns, what keeps you up at night? What can I do to my business? How do I get in front of this? Or how do I do this? How do I market? If you would like to present and you want us as a community to help you, come see. Yep, I agree. Who else? Ray.
My 18-year-old self would probably be disagreeing with this, but physics. That's too way over the head, but that's one of the things that I just have such respect for people who can understand how everything works.
Yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, how it all goes.
I'll dumb that down and just say math.
Yes.
I'm in real estate, but I would instantly want to be an expert in everything. Real estate. Everything real estate.
Everything.
You're vying for God's job. Okay.
That's
Two regrets, no regrets.
How about you?
Communication.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is.
Human interaction, communication, interpersonal relationships.
Yeah, a lot of miscommunication out there that gets us into trouble. Anybody else?
I would say foreign language, I mean, same with communication, you know, just being able to communicate without any language barrier would be amazing.
Yep. Okay, great. Well, thank you, everybody. So Ray's going to talk about how we're going to format today's meeting. So we're going to do something a little different than the normal meeting.
Yeah, so as Wendy mentioned, typically, it's kind of cool, again, for 130 cities around the U.S., this group is meeting in different ways, and typically we do have two presenters come up and present about their business, as many of you have done and have seen. And so since it is the day before Thanksgiving, again, kudos to you all for coming out here, but we were actually going to think of just canceling the meeting, but we thought, for people who, like ourselves, just time in our schedules and being able to do it, and I think we all find it very valuable to do this kind of thing. We thought, well, let's keep it going, let's have this, but we'll do it a little bit different. So today we are going to take volunteers from the audience to put up their website. We'll, hopefully 3 or 4, and then we can provide feedback. So it's kind of a deep dive into what's going on there. So I think Delaney has already volunteered for that. Would anybody else? Okay, great, awesome. So perfect. So we've got 4 already. So Wendy, if you can pull this up. So thank you guys. And again, this is really in the spirit of this is really in the spirit of what 1 Million Cups is about. It's here to provide feedback and from peers like yourselves and other small business owners. So I think this is a really cool exercise.
No.
B-I-Z.
B-I-Z.
And the good thing is we've got some people who are in this business as well. So Wendy, her background's online marketing. Matt, has got background with Thrive and what they do as a company. And everyone else here probably has their own website or looking to get their own website. So I thought, this is a really nice exercise to go. So Delaney, thank you for being the first vulnerable person.
I am very aware that lots needs to happen. This was set up just so that I knew that when people would have a website to go to, and I would be legit, right? Have something to be able to put on my business cards. I know there's a lot of information. I have it all on one page, so I understand that there's lots that can be done to it. So tear it apart.
So I'm just scrolling down so everybody can see.
You'll be doing that for a while.
Just look at the sidebar.
And so is this something that you've done yourself through?
Yes, through GoDaddy.
GoDaddy, okay. I've done that myself. It can be. I'm not an expert web designer, so putting it together.
I like that it's all. I think it's nice because you don't have to click around as much. It's all there.
Okay, so let me go back to the top here.
I feel like if people are going to my website, though, they're going for a specific reason. There's something specific that they want to get from it. And it probably isn't the same thing for every person. So if it had multiple pages, and like the little hamburger in the top right corner, they could click it and they could, find the thing that they're looking for and go to that page.
I'm gonna come in here real quick. So right at the top, there's something that I'm looking for immediately as soon as I get on the page. I know you're looking for it too. How do I contact you? There's no phone number at the top. There's no contact me form. There's no email. There's nothing for me to immediately get in front of you. And then it has Junkie Monkey, but at what point do I have to get to find out that you're junk removal? See how long
I
it
don't
takes.
know what that is. I'm
So-
going to tell you my perception because I know what you are.
It's a jungle out there. Call for a free estimate. Call for what? What am I calling for? I still have that question. And now, once we get to About Us, now we can start to get there.
What's your thoughts of, because I've waited around in GoDaddy and helped my son with a website and stuff. When you have because there's video up front, like that first landing page, you could have a short video, I believe, embedded in there, just depending on the design.
Click on that.
Yeah,
That's right there and look at what you did.
You can.
So again, take, and we've got a couple questions, but take taking upon the personalities. Leveraging the personality of not only her, her family. I'm just so impressed seeing them here time and again.
Yeah.
But is that something that, at least from
And from an educational perspective, yes, it is very helpful to have some content, and video content can be really helpful because it speaks to what people want to see in a very succinct way, and audio and visual. However, especially when you're hosting on a platform like GoDaddy or Wix or even WordPress, video is gonna, especially something like that, the entry is gonna slow down the site massively. And how fast the website is actually does affect your ranking as far as just how you appear online. So Google wants you to have a very lean, fast website. Depending on what type of industry you're in, the more content heavy you are, the slower your website's going to be just by nature. But for something like this, it needs to be really sleek.
Good to know. Jermaine, you had a question?
Well, kind of goes against what he was saying, but I would like to make a testimony, something quick. We have an aging population here, so if you have someone whose parent passed away and you go in there and clean it up, that might touch emotionally with people in the area.
So are you saying to do that up front? Because
Yeah,
down there was all the reviews.
Yeah, when you first come up on the site,
First come up.
a quick, someone, they really helped me. My mother passed, I was really struggling, and she came in, and I was one less thing to worry about, kind of sure.
Sure.
Something connected.
Okay, I do this, yeah.
We pulled up the site, I was thinking we could see something like right up front where it said something like, got junk, or need junk removal, residential, commercial, moving out, death in the family, or estate, just like, here's 6 things that you think about, and then from there, maybe you could click and it would take you to that spot.
Yeah, right up at the top.
Kind of thinking for them.
Right.
Right underneath Junkie Monkey, you need to state what you, I said the same thing, it's like, where is it showing that you do junk removal?
I think that the easy way to think about this is, if you ever look for a landscaper, that's a very vague thing. There's a lot of nuances when it comes to landscaping. Like, I could be looking for a landscaper, and what I really need is a new driveway. That's landscaping, but not all landscapers are pouring concrete, right? So within the first 5 to 15 seconds that I'm on that page, I want to know, do you do the thing that I need, right? So being able to answer, I have a problem, are you the solution to that problem, needs to be very clear the moment I get onto that page, either with the content or at the very least with, if you had a multiple page website, having multiple pages that are named exactly what that is. Here are our services, and these are the types of landscaping that we offer, right? That way people can answer that question immediately. And then you can get more into the content aspect of how you go about that process. What does it look like to do a whole house clean out versus a simple, hey, we're just gonna come by and pick up your old fridge, and how do you go about getting that estimate? Those are the more in the weeds details, but I just wanna find out from the moment I get on the website, can you help me from a consumer perspective?
I have a question, and I'm gonna be honest, like, this is amplifying all of the flaws, because I'm usually looking at it on my phone and everything is so much closer together. But I have, since building this, a ton of before and afters from all the things that we have done since the beginning. And so I would almost rather put our before and afters in this place of this house with a bunch of junk. I didn't have houses with a bunch of junk when I built it, but now I do. So would it be like a slideshow of before and afters in this area? That would be a visual representation of what we do. It wouldn't say it. I can still also add the words junk removal from, or whatever up top, but would that be helpful? So it wouldn't be a video necessarily, but it would be a slideshow of what we do.
Yeah, it would help one to be a lot faster than a video, but instead of having just like a picture that's kind of slapped on, if you basically would have a slideshow that the header itself, the header of the website, would be a revolving slideshow of some of those before and after. Yes, that would be great.
Just a couple ideas. So you might consider putting a site navigation at the top, because most websites have that. They have a home, because people get lost in the site. So if they get in the weeds and they can't get back to the home page, then you might put a home button. So from left to right, home, and then you might put services, junk removal services. And then from there, have child pages, yard debris, furniture. Like think of the categories people.
So if you scroll down just a little bit on the left-hand side, right there,
Underneath the recycle.
yeah.
Yep.
Services.
So-
Oh, here, yeah.
So it's on the page, but yeah, even with a one pager, even if you don't have multiple pages of a website, even with a one pager, you can still do a site navigation and it will automatically scroll them down to the exact point of there so that they can see exactly, okay, here's their services. I don't care about all this other fluff. Because we all have our different things. Like you mentioned, somebody wants to see reviews immediately. Somebody wants to see before and afters. Somebody wants to see this. We all analyze things differently. You know, I look at reviews, I'm looking for the most recent reviews. You might be looking for the 1 stars. You might be looking for the 5 stars. We all have different ways that we go about analyzing who is the right fit for what we need. So giving them the ability to jump to exactly what they're looking for as quickly as possible, very great thing.
Yeah, you might. So when you get into search engine optimization for a website, you're getting in the weeds. It's really in depth. So to start out, you could do that where you click it and it drops it down. Once your website grows and you want to optimize those pages, I would really recommend having services and then having a child page for scrap metal, junk, furniture, because people search. Think of how we search. Need removal for yard debris. Need removal for this. So if you build a page for yard debris, you're matching what that consumer query is. So, I mean, I'm getting in the weeds with you here.
I understand.
But that would be a way to up top in that site navigation, home, and then services. And you only can fit so many characters in that site navigation before your menu is going to go to the second page. So services we offer, that's a little bit long. I would just say services. And then I would have a contact page. I would do, because when you go to most websites, oh yeah, let me call on. So I would have contact in the site navigation. Yeah.
Something else I thought about, Lenny, I really liked the before and after pictures. Like when I saw that first picture, I was like, okay, that's a mess. Then I thought, I'd love to see the before and after to see. But then I also thought if you had to scroll and like you shared, but then maybe, if possible, identify what it is. Like one bedroom clean out, total office clean out, recent home sale clean out. So you're kind of like saying, what you're seeing was actually this, instead of, I think the purpose will kind of reiterate, well, that is what we're doing. This is an office. So we only have one room, and that's what it is.
And you could do a photo gallery, because then it's not taking up real estate right there when you first come to it. So you could, if you wanted to have photos right away, you could do a banner photos, like different types of debris removal, because we have pictographic learners and people that want to read everything. So if when you come up, you have your site navigation, say you have 4 photos across the top, and you've got one that represents each of your services for junk removal. So you might have a scrap metal, like think of your 4 highest, where you make your money the most. I would put those 4 photos at the top, because that's where we make most of our money, so that when the person comes to the site, you're not getting phone calls from just junk. That's weird. From people that, you know, that they're not gonna fit your category where you wanna make your most money. So you could put those 4 photos as your lead-in photos, stationary photos, but then on the services drop-down, build out each of those pages. And you might put them in alphabetical order, or put in your most higher dollar ones up top. And that could be a way for photos, but pictures, I mean, it's, what is that, picture say 1,000 words?
Yes.
And it really, like you said, it hits home when you go, oh, well, what did it look like after? I mean, so you could do a photo gallery of that, yeah.
I think it would be great if you came up with a tagline for your company. Junkie Monkey, we remove your junk. I don't really know what Junkie Monkey is.
Yeah, the name of our business is actually Junkie Monkey Junk Removal LLC. Like that is
Right.
the name of, but like I said, I've learned a whole heck of a lot since we started in June, right?
Yeah.
I just haven't updated.
Oh, girl, you've done
anything.
excellent. Like you said, you're just kind of like vulnerable right now.
Sure,
Everybody's
absolutely,
just telling you.
100%.
But I would love a catchy tagline underneath there, whatever.
So our tagline is really, we'll swing by for a free estimate.
But I don't know what that means.
I understand. So we're Junkie Monkey Junk Removal LLC. We'll swing by for a free estimate. That's
Junk removal.
Right.
That's the point I don't know.
Yeah. So I can ask
What's
that.
on your shirt? What is underneath the
This
logo?
is, we'll swing by for a free estimate.
Okay,
That-
yeah, time is junk removal,
Well,
you said.
just the
Yeah.
removal part, yeah.
Got it?
I think just right underneath there, junk removal services, because that will encompass, okay, you got my attention, is services. Now I'm looking for a specific service.
Yeah.
So then, like Wendy and Matt were saying, at the top, if you have a little header with the services, they can click on that. And I would also put testimonials too, because I'm one of those people, I love searching websites, but I go right to the top, and I'm specifically looking for testimonials first. That's where I start. And so I like to click on it, then it scrolls right down to it. So,
Is
but then
it-
yeah. Go ahead, what were you-
I was just gonna ask, in the top part, is it better to say testimonials or reviews? Does it matter?
Either one.
It doesn't matter,
I
okay.
don't know.
I like reviews better. Testimonial to me is someone you specifically picked out that you know is going to give you, like if you're gonna get a testimonial, you're gonna say, hey Wendy, we just cleaned out your whole house. Can you say 12 words on camera for me? Well, obviously that's like staged. And
Right.
Reviews, someone actually took the effort at their own space to say, oh my gosh, they did such a great job. I'm going to spend my time to review them.
I would consider, a testimonial a video more so, and a review like something captive written.
I just want to say this is a little stacked sometimes because I have gotten discounts for doing reviews.
Yeah, that's a great way to
I have
explain.
done that. We did that in the very,
Yeah.
very beginning. It's 10% off if you would leave a
Exactly. So
review.
it's-
Just so we can hurry up and get some.
Can I say one more thing? I know our topic is doing these websites, but in this day and age, I would highly recommend folks like them to just spend the money, whatever budget, work with them, because this day and age, unfortunately, there are so many things algorithm related, and these two would know that. And from a marketing standpoint, you have that from a whole degree, and a lot of small businesses, we don't have that. So I highly recommend that everybody, whatever your budget is, get
The most
with
important.
these two professionals and let them deal with it.
Do you have Google Analytics hooked to your site yet?
Do I have what?
Google
He would be the
Analytics.
one to ask.
Google Analytics? I don't know, I doubt it.
Okay, 'cause- so if you have Google Analytics hooked up to your site, you'll be able to look at the search queries to see what people are typing in the search, and then also open up your Google Search Console. It's free. You just have to add your site to it, but you'll be able to see how people are searching. So you know, okay, are they searching for junk removal, yard debris? What are they searching for?
Yeah.
So then the text on your website, you can put those phrases and keywords into the text on your website. So those are two free things. And then your Google business page, which I think you talked about.
Yeah.
They don't always consider it junk.
Right.
No.
These are my treasures, but I don't want them in.
Yeah,
Treasure-
it's true.
treasure management.
We have treasure management. I love it. We have started when we're actually talking to people. We've started talking about their unwanted items.
Yes.
So, but we don't want to be like junky monkey unwanted item removal.
No.
It just doesn't have the sting ring.
Right.
So yeah.
So, I was just gonna say one last comment before we get to the next one too.
Okay, the last thing that I'll add is if you want to take it outside of the website and just search for Junkie Monkey Junk Removal LLC. So where you start and search is not actually going to be the website itself. It's actually going to be in your title tag.
It's
Okay,
why.
we're going to go find it here.
I keep doing
in one
that.
sec. So the way that you show up, and I have it on mine, but I wanted to have the visual LLC.
LLC, okay.
All right, it's fine. It's right here. So see at the very top, it says Junkie Monkey, right there, and then it says junkiemonkey.biz.com. You can change your title tag to say Junkie Monkey Junk Removal, so that in that part right there at Google, it doesn't just say Junkie Monkey. Again, what is that?
Yeah.
If I read the rest of it underneath of it, I can learn that. But people innately don't. They look at whatever the title is.
Yeah.
So if it says that in the title tag, then you can bypass a lot of those inquiries. And that's another one of the advantages of having a multiple page website as well, because each page of the website can have a separate title tag. So when you talk about your services, you could build out a service page for every single location. So each county, for example, so when people are searching junk removal in Seminole County, it'll show that as a title tag. And you can build SEO per each page, not just the overall website, to direct people to the specific services or location that they're working on. Again, that's more in the weeds of it, but just good for you to know when you're laying the foundation so that you're not redoing things again and again and again later on. With that, I'm gonna take this one much shorter.
Thank you. All right, who's next? Who's next? I think we'll get Michelle and then Tasia.
Thank you.
RightSideServicesInc.com. You said Bright Side Services.
INC.com.
Okay.
Now, is this something that you put together yourself?
I did not.
Okay.
I paid for this.
Okay.
It better be good.
Okay, so I'll scroll down.
Now, is this a franchise? I'm sorry, I didn't know. No? Okay, so this is something put together. Perfect.
Let me know if I'm scrolling too fast.
And maybe to kick it off, is there something that you are like, I don't know if I like this, or, you know, and again, even from feedback in terms of when customers are calling you, are there things questions that come up time and again that you feel like could be highlighted to kind of set the bar or set the information a little better?
Here's my concern. I paid a lot of money for this website, and I personally see a lot of mistakes in it because I'm going through it with a fine-tooth comb. And the person who created it for me said, people don't look that closely at your website. Don't worry about it.
Are you serious?
And so ever since, so I terminated that company. And ever since then, I've just been feeling like, ooh, what did I pay for? If that's her feeling, what else could be wrong? And I've gotten to the point now where I've just transitioned to a new CRM, and it has a really robust online quoting tool, and I want to be able to get quotes out to my inquiries 24 hours a day. But do I really want to be driving people to this if it's not, I mean, it looks nice, but
So, one of the things you see that you wish you knew how to change or could change or would change?
just the details, like when I read through it and I go, oh, that's not us. You know,
Is it the
that
content?
doesn't sound like me.
Okay.
So it's the
Details
I
of the
don't love maid service. I don't love maid service, right? What does maid service mean to everybody? It
Bring me a cup
means,
of tea.
right? It means like, I can't afford a maid. I just need somebody to clean my house. And so there's a lot of maid service, and it's a Google AdWord, I guess, or a, what do you call those words?
Search Chris, how are people searching for you? Like,
I feel like they would search house cleaner near me, or house cleaner in my area, or house
Cleaning
cleaning
service.
Cleaning service, right?
when you talk to them, what do they say? Hi, do you?
I need a quote to get my house cleaned. I need somebody to help me clean my house. Nobody in Lake County ever says, looking for a maid service,
Yeah.
right? It just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, maid to me thinks it's like
Black
you come
and
and make the beds every day, leave them on the pillow.
Right. In my pants. I mean, like she dresses up in black and white.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so I feel like that doesn't accurately represent me, but if it's necessary for Google,
Did she plug the Google Analytics into your site?
I believe so.
So go in there and just see how people are searching. They may or may not be, and that's one thing I found is we think we know how people are searching, but people, I mean, we all search differently for stuff. So you could, if people are truly typing in maid services, but you don't want to be known as maid services, take it out of this here, because it is big and bold right here. It's big. You could just house and window cleaning into various uses. That would be a way to put it down here. Let's see. Do you do a lot of house watching?
We do.
You do. Okay. Do they search by house watching and house sitting?
Well, they're two different services.
Wow.
House sitting is where we we go to your house and go, live there while you're gone. That would be house sitting. House
Okay.
watching is when we go by once a week and do an inspection inside and out. So it's
Oh.
two different services.
I did not know that. Did you guys know that?
So I can address the keywords real quick. So in Lake County in the past month, or on a month-to-month basis, maid service 360 searches a month.
Wow. Just a little bit.
And this is for maid service near me. And then cleaning service is also 360. House cleaning service is 250. House cleaners near me is 100. So maid service is actually tied with cleaning services. It's the most.
Wow, see, that's.
I'm not
surprises.
surprised. The reason why is the demographic of people that can afford your services are a lot of the baby boomers.
Yeah.
And they were
Grew up with
taught
Hazel.
maid.
Hazel.
You would maid and everything. And that is,
Yeah.
so that, I wouldn't be surprised at that.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So you need to have both.
Yeah.
I think another thing to think about is your target demographic is people with more disposable income, and maybe they would love to be able to say, "Oh, I have a maid for that." So, I mean, there is something to
I
say
think
for
that's
that.
important for us to remember as entrepreneurs that we are not our customer.
No.
I would never search for a maid service, but if they are, then I'm happy to have.
She has a
them.
good point.
So I think like they think that maid service sounds like more upscale than house cleaning.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna get more out of that person if they're
Well, and like you said, the
representing
title.
maid service.
Title.
More
And
charges.
that's what I would do.
Yeah, it's a higher end.
I would be like, yeah.
You might look at the Google Analytics. Like I really love Google Analytics because it'll tell you a lot about your website and it's a free tool. So you can look at the date range and see how people are searching and where they're coming from. And if maid services is a higher search phrase, but if you don't really care for it, you could put it in there in the copy. But if you don't like the way it looks right here, you could take it out of there. But if it's a higher search, I mean, it's kind of a personal because it's your site, so you gotta kind of like it.
It's about business stuff.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
It's coming in and.
you could put it in different spots if you said, I don't really care for that. Now your CRM, have you plugged it into this? Does it give you forms with the HTML to plug in to the site? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm learning that.
So definitely recommend if you have a CRM that you're using, see what tools are applicable. So if you have a WordPress website, a lot of CRMs will have a plugin. So then you can have that CRM talk with your website rather than using something different over here on your website by itself.
House. You can just list house, window, and then watching. I love that watching thing. I think a lot of snowbirds.
And so
I don't see it.
it was the snowbirds that actually got us into that because we could wash the windows, clean your house. Oh, by the way, while we're gone, would you mind?
I see what you mean by mistakes. She spelled house wachting. Do you see the little? Yeah. So I see what you mean by, and she's wrong. I mean, people notice that because I went, what does that say?
And so here's another lesson that I learned in the last couple of weeks, that here I am saying, Delaney, go ahead, pay somebody to do this, but we have to remember that just because she's the professional and this is what she does for a living, I did not inspect. So
Yeah,
we need to remember that even though we're paying a professional and this is all we do, we need to inspect what we expect and make sure that we're getting what we paid for. She also said that, I paid her for SEO. Well, my Google category is not in house cleaning. I was not in a house cleaning category under Google. I recently learned I was only under window washing.
Did she do your Google business profile as well?
She did.
And SEO is one of those things. I mean, we could probably talk for the next 2 hours about SEO.
Yes.
But SEO is not a one statement thing. The on-page SEO of your website has to do with the meta tagging of your HTML code, right? And another number of other components as well. But then there's off-page SEO. Like if you want to rank number 1 on Google, you have to improve your off-page SEO, and you do that by creating backlinks on other people's websites and blogs and such like that. So, are you doing SEO to rank? Are you doing SEO to be specific to search? Combination of the two. Off-page SEO is something that you pay for. It's an ongoing service that happens, so it's going to cost you a lot per month to do versus just on-page SEO. It's built into it, and maybe you have to update it now and then, but after it's done, it's pretty much done. So.
With that on-page SEO?
I just want to say something. For everybody in the room that may not be afraid to ask
there was a time and a place where people would talk, and I'm like, what the hell is SEO? It's search engine optimization. Just for somebody who may not know what they're talking about. What is SEO, right?
So as on your site, one thing that you were saying, so see how the copy, you can click on this here? This is good. She did a good job with this, and this is what you want. You want to interlink the pages, that on-page SEO, search engine optimization. So we're getting a little in the weeds here with it, but to her credit, she did this right here. She's got this going on.
I really like the website.
So
yeah, overall,
yeah, I was surprised though when I saw that the site navigation, this bothers me whenever I see the site navigation in 2 rows. It's hard to, my eyes are like, what am I looking at?
So that's my fault because my office manager just recently created a community.
Oh, okay.
Because this is a super cool feature that I just recently learned. See the bottom there where it says Office Portal?
Oh yeah,
So go ahead and click on that.
okay.
So put in a password right side, no caps. One word, no caps. This is for my team. If they're out in the field and they need to see something, say in the employee handbook or a training video, we're building this, and they can scroll down and only they can see this.
Oh, okay, this is
My
cool.
clients can't see this. And so it used to be just one row until I added that and
Is this all for consumers though? It's
that
office.
is all for consumers. They can get to everything except the office portal.
As we're finishing up, did we have 1 or 2 that wanted to look? So, Alan, you were here. Tasia, we still might have time, so. And you know, this is the first time we've done this, and I think this is pretty cool. So I'm kind of like, all right, we might have more kind of sessions like this too. I think this is fascinating. And
Yeah.
thank you to Matt and Wendy, because I think this kind of builds all of our knowledge on this.
I have an idea. I'll come back. I gotta think of this. But I like that feature.
Okay, yeah.
Do we want to take one more and go to the next
Yeah, we can take one
website?
more. Matthew, if you had something or final comment there.
No, I mean, and
I think the content myself, I think, yeah, as a consumer, I was like, no, this is a pretty, it's bright, it's fresh information.
the only thing I would add is knowing what I know about you, I'd love to see less stock photos, more of you. And this goes for a lot of you in the room. Like, you are your brand, right? So get professional photography, invest in that, get some good images, get some pictures, maybe do a little thing, a discount for a friend that you love, and say, hey, I'm gonna give you 50% off if we can take pictures because you have a beautiful home, and we'd love to get some like actual action shots of our team in here. And then use that content rather than just a bunch of stock images.
Agreed.
You could take a couple of these if you've got. It looks like
So
you.
one on the front page actually wasn't a stock photo, that was actually professionally done where she's leading the lines, and I need one of those.
Yeah.
The one up here. Right here.
Oh, and that's real.
That's real. Okay. That one was real. Okay. You could change the order of this and have the real one first. These, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's the gal with the shirt.
Not that this is a summary statement at all, but I just noticed up top, it just feels exclusive when you say to various use cases, and then at the bottom you list like 10 other places.
So the way she has this set up is if you're searching for a house cleaner in Eldora, it's going to say Eldora. If you're searching for one in Wildwood, that's going to say Wildwood.
In this box here.
Yeah, yeah, that is nice. She has built separate pages, so depending on where you're searching, it's going to come up with your town if it's our service area.
That might
But then you
hurt like
have
your
friends.
reference, your
Yes.
referral.
And you say, oh, it's just Tiberias and Eustis. Do you have a friend who lives in Wildwood? So,
Yeah, so if you go to the bottom and click on, say, Wildwood,
right, you have to go down.
I think, Monty, are you referring to what pops up on the homepage?
Right.
So on the homepage, what he's saying is what we're seeing, but are you saying because
because of where we're searching, and that's why Tiberias and Eustis came up.
the IP address is grabbing it?
Yeah, if we were searching in Wildwood, Wildwood should come up.
This
Or
one.
Eldora.
But I think a lot of, I might be wrong, but a lot of your base business is growing from word of mouth, maybe, like neighbors and things. So they might not know, they might just think you're into various uses without scrolling.
County. Yeah.
I see, yeah.
Well, you're in Wildwood that's Sumter.
But it's close though.
Right, but I mean, you're,
Yeah.
how far, where would you go? Do you have all your places down the bottom? So
Yeah.
Or you might just say like,
Isn't it,
20 miles.
isn't it the villages
Wherever you're-
also, the south end?
We don't.
We can say Lake County and surrounding areas.
Yeah, that's what I just told my deputy for our switches.
No, we don't do it.
All right.
Okay, do you want to
Yeah,
go
no,
to the
thank
next?
you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Not a big fit.
All right, Alan?
Okay, Sun Solar Power. I'll stand up. SunSolarPower.org. You may now approach the bench. Thank you.
And then you are out.
You're great.
He's the greatest.
Yeah, you're great.
Okay, so I'll scroll down. Okay, so we have the.
So give us a little context. Is this something that you developed or is this?
So no, what I did was very similar to what Delaney did originally, and then Matthew came into my life, and my world changed for the good. I hired Matthew and his company Thrive to help me put my website together. It is still a work in process because my part, I'm still learning, and I still need to take advantage of all the services Thrive offers and the training and teaching that they offer. So I'm open to thoughts and ideas. One thing that I know that I am lacking is reviews. I need to really get on top of the reviews, but I'm open to comments, questions, and thoughts.
Thought on reviews. Delaney mentioned she offered a discount. We offer to our customer, if you'll leave us a Google review, we'll tip your $20 in your name.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I need to.
If you have employees.
That's great. Yes.
So, just know, before I take her again, knowing what I know about you and your
Yeah.
industry here, for some industries it can be hard for you to ask for reviews or to give discounts to people for reviews, but here's the common misconception. You don't have to have somebody leave you a review because they're an actual client of yours. I could go on and leave Alan a review right now, right? So oftentimes, like say for my Google business profile, I have people leave me a review and I tell them, if I have impacted your businesses any way, because I'm a business advisor, please leave me a review. So out of my 14 reviews that I think that I got over the past couple weeks, I think maybe 2 or 3 of them are actual clients of mine. So for example, for Alan, rather than waiting for somebody to be an actual solar client of his, where he's put panels on somebody's house, if you've impacted somebody in any way as far as energy efficiency, say, hey, if I've taught you something about how to make your home more efficient, please leave me a review, right? So, you might not have the ability to offer them a discount because you're under the platform of power, but you do have the ability to impact people that may or may not be a customer of yours, and you can expedite the number of reviews you get that way. And of course, if you're not familiar with it, there's a ask for a review link on your Google business profile. You copy that and you can share it on your social media, you can text it to people, you can email it to people, you can WhatsApp it to people, but that link takes them directly to the part where you leave the stars in the review. So, friends, family, or people that again you influence in some way, shape, or form in a positive way, say, hey, please leave me a 5-star review and love it if you said something nice. Or if somebody's already said something amazing about you, just say, hey, did you say that exact same thing? I thought this was great. Say that exact same thing, but put it in this link right here. They've already said it, just tell them to say it again and put it in the words. So that would be one of the fastest ways to get reviews if you can't offer a discount or something.
So I have a question. So I'm just clicking through so we can all see the pages. Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to comment on how much I like this page, that the top header with, the name of your company, your contact, and the scrolling, that header stays there no matter where you're scrolling. You can always re-navigate
I love that.
or find the important information. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a contact button. Like if I'm just coming to this page because I want to contact you,
Right.
it's right there, and hopefully there's like email addresses if I don't want to.
Yeah, click on, oh yeah, that's it.
Here's your
Contact,
contact.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just a tip on contact forms, make sure they always work. Test it regularly to make sure you're getting it or somebody in your company is getting it, because I can't tell you the number of times they break. I can't explain why they break, but just make sure that when you fill the form out, it goes to where you want it to go. And if the employee that receives them, make sure they're still working for you. And if they haven't, if they're no longer, change that email address. That happens all the time. On your roofing,
Yes.
so tell us more about solar and roofing. Yeah. What?
Oh, wow, I didn't realize that we're still at coming soon. I gotta get that fixed. Yeah, we have a total roofing division. Well, we did this almost a year ago. How long have we been at this now?
About 3, 4, 5 months.
5 months? Yeah, about 5 months. Okay. Yeah, and that's all built out. I need to do all that because we have our whole roofing division now, so we can do roofing as it relates to solar. I don't do roofing separate from solar, but if a person needs to have a new roof at the time that we're doing the solar system, then we can provide that service and bundle it. So if they're financing or leasing, we can build it into the package as part of their whole program if they don't want to pay cash for the roof.
Yeah, that's clear. I can tell you're not just.
Yeah, okay.
So do you? Oh, go ahead.
I said to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you.
So you have financing options?
Yes, and
It said that on the bottom of the page in the beginning,
Did it? Okay.
where it said that there was payment options.
Is that something you get a lot of questions about? Like, how do I pay for this? Oh, there it is, 0 down.
yeah, because we have, and other than cash, both financing and leases are 0 down.
Is that also for the roofing too?
Yes. Yeah, right, yeah, if they're doing, everything, unless they're doing cash, and then cash is only a $3,000 deposit. And then they don't have to pay anything until the equipment is delivered, is scheduled for delivery. And then the balance isn't due until they pay 55%. Is that right, Natalie? 45, yeah, 55% of the balance is due when the equipment is delivered. And then when we get permission to operate from the utility, then they have to pay the balance. The company's really fair about money. I mean, how they do this, Power is amazing with that. The other thing I have to add, I now have a commercial division separate from my primary company is Power, and they are recognized for the 4th year in a row as one of the top 100 fastest growing corporations in the United States and #1 in residential solar energy. They don't do commercial. And I kept stumbling over that because there's a lot of people that, would have a business or know somebody that's like, we want to go solar on our business, and I would have to walk away from that. And I now have aligned myself with 2 companies, that one's national and one's local, out of Sarasota that does commercial here in Florida. So I got to figure out how to add that. So you got to tap for that.
You could, just an idea to add financing up there. Do you get?
That's a good idea to have a page that just talks about financing, especially now because of what's happened in the financial arena. Leasing has become a really viable option. Yes, Greg.
As a realtor, I look at financing all the time, and for my clients to see, and that's one of the first things I ask for services like this: do you finance? Because a lot of commercial, they like to leverage and not want to pay it all out and have their monthly profits come out and pay it. It's less of a headache and stuff. And so financing, I would highly recommend put on our.
Yeah, we need to put a tab
You
into
could
that.
move gallery under about. So when you're looking at your site navigation, because it's, I don't know, for me, and I don't know how Matt feels about it, but I feel like aesthetically a one-line site navigation just, it's visually, you can grasp what they're talking about. If you have too many things, too many options to where my eyes go. You could, to save space, you could put gallery under about and make the gallery a child page under about. So when you hover over about, gallery, and that would give you room to add financing up here. Because the financing, I think, that could be a deal stopper for a customer. Like, how do I afford this?
Right.
So, and because the contact button, that's a very important button in the site navigation, you could put financing where your gallery is, put gallery under about. I mean, just
That's
kind
a great
of
suggestion.
food for thought.
Yeah, and I need to, and just to save space, we could just have residential solar and not have residential solar.
Do you only do residential?
No, I do commercial as well. So
Oh,
that's
then
why I'm
maybe
saying we need a
just
tab that
solar.
says commercial.
Or just solar, and then child pages, residential.
Commercial,
Or
and
solar
commercial.
systems. Solar systems, yeah.
battery, all that stuff would
Yeah.
go under solar.
Because then for your search engine optimization, have a residential page and a commercial page. And then that saves you in character count for that site navigation.
Right.
Okay.
I have a question. Totally not related to that,
No.
but more to the logo. Is that your logo or their logo?
That's my logo.
Okay, so I sat here for probably the first 3 minutes and it could be my eyes, but that middle green word, I was trying to figure out what that said. It was hard to read. I don't know if that's any better on a mobile device.
Right.
I got clean, and after a while I got yours, but that renewable was really hard to
I thought it was
read.
reasonable this whole time.
Clean, reasonable,
Yes,
yeah.
so-
Like reasonable.
Yeah, that's a good point, and that's something I want to work with Matthew on. Matthew created that.
You know,
and
cursive is
we were
one of those
working-
things that's very hard for a lot of people, other than people
Well,
like me that
this is my original logo.
grew up with it, so I know exactly.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find my original. It's on an old computer that died, and I haven't been able to retrieve that file.
Well, I love this logo. I love
Right.
the
But
sign.
just the way- right.
It's just a picture that speaks the whole word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just that green and the font. I love the green. The font is really difficult to read.
Okay.
We can do that.
Can you,
Yeah.
even if you pulled it off that white background, and that would give you space to enlarge the actual,
And put it on
the
a-
actual graphic.
'Cause
I
if-
doubt, I mean, not everyone reads your website for 15
Click on
feet away.
Facebook. Yeah, click on
Right.
Facebook and you'll see my other logo. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there. That's on a black background. Should we do that?
So it's hard to read
That on a
yours
black
now.
background, and change the green.
Oh, and that Y is actually not capitalized, is it?
Oh,
I noticed that.
Good. I didn't even.
yeah. How about that?
It's harder to read the green.
Right.
Yeah, that green, that reasonable is just hard.
And then that's
Renewable.
Right, that's been it. Thank you.
But I love
and then
that.
that's my, I always post because I'm so involved in
Yeah,
our
perfect.
community.
No, that's
awesome.
And if you want to like change that font, I do think the cursive's a little hard to read. I
Yeah.
know it's spacing out of school,
that's
so as you can.
They have
Right.
things like Lucida Casual, things like that have
Now
that,
you can
that
read it for
edge
that.
that's not.
Right.
I do,
You can
Yeah,
read that, it's
sure.
just when it's smaller.
I do
The
think
sun
that
is so
two,
cool.
two different
Thanks.
fonts would be is I like that thematic that you have going, but maybe like just one with serifs when the bottom one doesn't.
Yeah.
Would be a little bit better option. I just think that cursive is too hard.
Yeah.
And it's smaller.
Yeah, it's too small, right, yeah. Yeah, and I like, on this one, the sun solar power is bold, and if you go back to the other one, because that's, I'm glad we're talking about it, because I was gonna talk to Matt about it, is if you go back to the, it's a different font. You see anything here that's,
Just the rating.
yeah, see that, the sun solar power there needs to be a bold text. It's too, to me, it's too small, it's too faint.
I kind of want to know where you did it on this first shot. Like how far do you go?
What do you mean?
Like
Oh, well, technically I'm nationwide. We're in 25 states, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico. So I literally can sell in all the territories.
I think that's powerful to to know.
Yeah, that's true. We don't have that really anywhere. My focus obviously is here, but I can sell anywhere. I mean, if somebody's searching solar,
Yeah.
I can sell in any of the states we do business in. And now that I've got this other company, the commercial company, they are in other states that my primary company isn't in, and they do residential. They're just not as big in residential as Power is. I mean, Power did. We're on track this year, when the numbers come out, to do $450 million in solar installations. So that's a lot of solar.
If I click free
Yes.
energy audit, what does it do? Does it?
For energy audit, discover. Okay, so when I do an energy audit, I come in and look at
Okay.
different aspects of the home, and discuss with them. I look at their, if they have a pool, you know, their pool pumps, their pool heater, huh?
It's basically an appointment center.
Yes, it's an appointment center, yes.
I was thinking it might be like a calculator. I mean, do a lot of people go into solar for the cost savings, or are they more about saving the world? Or both?
I guess I'd say it's about a 60, 55, I don't know. 35% are about the ecology, and the rest are about saving money.
I was thinking button, how much can I save? Like, does your company have a calculator out there somewhere where
Oh,
I
yeah,
can,
yeah.
you know, my utility bills are, you know, $2,000.
Yeah, and that's an idea to have some money, because I have all that.
I have one person, 2,500 square foot home, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And, oh my gosh, you can save
Right.
$2,392 next year.
Right.
Oh my gosh, let me call.
Exactly right. I mean, you're able to get some basic data.
Yeah, right.
This allows you, and have a link. I know with solar, you guys have to have a bill. Have a PDF link to where they can upload one of their bills. Then that would be, that is the most important thing for you.
I do need it, yeah, I have that. I have that, yeah, I have that. I was gonna say, we have that. I know we have that, because that's the most important thing. I have your electric bill. I can't do anything without your electric bill. That's number one.
You know what's great about him is he's asking his professional.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I love this man. I mean, anybody that hasn't used Matthew, and he's just been, and his team. I mean,
Write that in your review.
And his team. I know. He's just the best.
So we're about out of time.
Yeah.
Any other final comment for closing?
Any community announcements? Anything for other than Happy Thanksgiving?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you all very much. It was less frightening than I thought it would be.
Maurice, I'm sorry, Maurice, you're with us from the Eustis Chamber. Did you have anything to say on the chamber?
Yes, we have an open house planned on the 8th, and it's all day long.
An open house for
So you can come, open house for the chamber. Since we've done some remodeling and we're, you know, going through the transition, and so just come in and meet the team. We're gonna put the invite out. You're more than welcome to share that invite. It'll be all day long, so at your convenience, you can come and go. But we will have music starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Basically, the music will start. You can stay there and watch the sunset, and then walk into Fair Park where they have snow. Snowflakes will be in Fair Park. Santa will be in the end shelf, and then walk across and go and have dinner at a restaurant, unless you have a party to go to. But so that is our plan. So please come, bring someone, and meet the new team.
Thank you.
What's that?
All this way.
Well, the thing I'm excited about is in April, there's going to be a CTE expo for all the high school students, 11th and 12th grade. So I'm going to be here probably basically going to get the business in front of all the 11th and 12th graders to represent what we present in Lake County. Because the point of it is to retain our talent, educate them, retain our talent in Lake County. So right now our dates are April 10th and April 16th in the future. But I'll be here, so as I get closer, I'm going to flash some of your business to come out, represent yourselves, and you get a chance to be in front of that high school students. So that's
great.
Thank you, everyone for your feedback. I mean, again, this engagement is fantastic, and I think the business owners really appreciate that. But thank you also to Wendy and Matt in terms of their heavy. I guess they did the heavy lifting today from their knowledgeable point of view. So, again, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hold on, I got a quick announcement. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I didn't remember it last week, but Monday, November 27th, I am teaching that Google Business Optimization Workshop. So, Junkie Monkey, we're going to be actually optimizing that one from top to bottom live. So it'll be that day from 12 to 1:30 p.m. Monday the 27th. So this coming Monday, this Monday.
And virtual only, or like you can go somewhere?
Zoom. It is Zoom. It is over Zoom.
Seacoast.
Hold
whole lot of donuts.
Hey, please feel free to grab some swag. Okay. You want a book or a tumble?
Everybody get up front for a picture.
Like, it was a good offer. Oscar still over there in our Yeah,
I'll get you. All right.